In this video, we're going to talk about when things aren't working out, you might have to reinvent yourself. Let's talk about it. So, what is reinventing yourself, you may ask? Reinventing yourself is making change. Let's say if the situation you're trying to produce isn't showing positive results. That means that you got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what exactly do you have to do differently. Now, businesses do it all the time. If they got a store or a restaurant or some type of a firm that's not generating profits, they got to go back to the drawing board to figure out why they're not getting the results that they want. Now, in our personal lives, it could be anything. It could be our job. How do you reinvent yourself on your job? Well, you take on new opportunities because this world is constantly changing and evolving. So, what we did in the past may not work today. So we got to constantly, stay on top of what we need to do to get ahead of that curveball. I mean, it could be running your house. What do you need to do to run your house smoother? It could be a hobby you're doing. Maybe you're trying to learn how to swim. What do you have to do to get over the finish line with learning how to swim? Well, maybe one of the things you probably want to do is watch some swimming videos. And then when you go to the pool, you practice what you saw. And then the other things you may want to do is go to the pool more. This way, you're getting more practice in. And if it's your job, if you think your position is starting to wane, well, you may want to learn some new things to do. So this way, you can keep yourself marketable. It could be YouTube. It could be TikTok as a vlogger. And I can tell you from firsthand, I'm constantly changing up because I'm looking at all these other bloggers and they seem to get hundreds of millions of views and I may get maybe 5 or 6. So, I'm constantly trying to figure out how can I appeal to my audience better? What can I do to change things up to get more views and get people to watch my videos? So, there's always things that you can do, the way you approach it. What are your strategies? What is your method on getting it done? That's all reinventing yourself. Now, I'm not saying, if it don't work, then okay, now I'm gonna change up and do something. No, 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 not like that, because you got to give that time to marinate and see how it works out. But after a period of time, if it's not working out, then you may have to go back to the drawing board. And I'll be honest with you, I use this reinventing throughout my life, changing up things. If I need to run my house better, what strategies do I have to get that done? Is it cutting back or is it, uh, doing something with the mortgage, doing something with the escrow, doing something with the taxes, doing something with the insurance? What strategies do I have to get positive results? And the only way I can do that is I have to make changes, and we all can do it, whether you're young or old. There's going to come a time in your life that you're going to have to reevaluate the way you do things. And if it's not working, then you got to try something else, and that's the great part about life. You get to keep trying over and over and over again until it sticks. So this video is not to say, hey, just give up and wash your hands. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you gotta have a new strategy on how you're going to deal with whatever situation you are in. If you're not getting positive results, that means you got to go back to the drawing board. And sometimes you got to change your approach to the way you're doing things. And most people don't want to do that. Most people don't want to change. They want it to stay the same. And I can tell you, with all this high tech AI and all this other stuff, it's not going to stay the same. Either you get on board or you get off. And, I'd rather stay on board and keep fighting. So that's all I have for you. Again, this is Kate, back at it with a new video. Take care, guys.